So you want to know the secrets to automation in small business? Business coaches will be like, automate, automate, automate.
What are you talking about?
But we also know that business coaches talk a lot of so what the do I think about this? Let's find out. I'm Amy Walker, client acquisition specialist, and I help entrepreneurs just like you be able to create consistent, predictable sales through their organic marketing and their scalable sales strategies. And in our Bleep Business Coaches Say playlist, we are debunking some bad business advice. So what do I think about this one? I actually love automation when you're doing it for the right reasons. But there are definitely some business owners out there that are trying to automate their way out of having to have connection and engagement with their clients, and they're creating a very cold, impersonal experience. So we are going to talk about in this video how to do automation the right way so that it builds raving fans, it creates a better experience than you could handle without automation, and it's going to help you create a more smooth marketing, sales, and fulfillment process. And if you stick with me until the end, I'm even going to show you my personal favorite platform that has off the charts automation capability.
Okay, fine. You know what?
I am sorry, not sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you have got to let go of the idea that automation is going to make it so that you never have to interface with clients, that you can be hands-off in the sales process, and that you're just going to be able to run your business without connection. That happened early on in automation, but it's kind of gone. As consumers, we're over it. We're over feeling like we're put on a conveyor belt and then we have no access to help support real human beings. That's not the type of automation that we want as consumers. It's not the type of automation that I'm going to recommend to you as a small business owner. Because here's the reality with small business. Why do people buy from us? Because of experience. Because we can give them better customer service. Because they can have higher levels of connection with us. So if you're a small business owner and you're taking all of that out, you're giving away the most important reason why they buy from you. And so instead, we are going to use automation differently to help us support creating an even more connected, even more supported experience for our customers and potential customers.
Please.
Let's dive into this a little bit more, and I want to point out the difference between client-driven automation and business owner-driven automation. Client-driven automation starts from the premise of how can I create the most amazing experience for my clients, and then looking at it and saying, okay, I could never possibly do all of that on my own. All right, well, let's build some automation into it. Business owner-driven automation is where we're looking at it saying, how can I make my life easier so that I can create something that's duplicatable, I can do over and over and over again. The best automation is going to have both. The ones that the customers don't like are the ones that don't take their needs into consideration. They only take the business owner's needs into consideration. Those are the ones that end up feeling personal. But they're both really important, and when you have both, you can create an amazing experience, allow yourself the potential to scale, because let's be clear, there's only two ways to scale. It's either going to be through people, other people like team doing more things for you, or it's going to be through systems and through automation. And ideally, we want both, because otherwise it can be really expensive if you have to keep hiring and hiring and hiring. We want an effective, tight-knit team, and we want our systems doing as much automation as possible so that we can scale.
There it is.
So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to actually map out your dream client experience. In the perfect world where you had all the time and all the money in the world, what would you want to do to make sure that that new lead that comes in feels so valued, so respected, so wowed, and so impressed that they want to move forward into the sales process? And then during the sales process, how do you want to support them so that they feel like this is the most easy yes I've ever made in my life? And then once they are a new client, how do you want to make them feel really good about the purchase? And then as an existing client, what do you want to do so that they want to stay with us over and over again? And how do you want to get them to then become a raving fan and bring more people into your business? That's the whole journey. We're going to map that out. And again, don't put any parameters on it yet of what's possible, what's not possible. Let's just be creative and think through what would we like that to look like. The second thing I want you to look at is your ideal list of things that you would love to get off your plate. Stuff that you have to do over and over and over again. It's time consuming. It's not like your highest, best use of your time, but it needs to be done. And I want you to create that list. So now we have both the client automation needs and we have also the business owner automation needs. This is going to help us start figuring out what we actually should be automating through people or through systems.
Okay, listen.
Now, if you're not really sure like what's possible, let me just give you a couple of examples of automation inside of my system. So whenever anyone opts in for any of my free things, they automatically get it delivered to them. Depending on what they opt in for, they'll get a different set of emails that are relevant to what their interest is. We have emails that go out weekly and that's fairly automated. I actually do write a new article every single week, so it's not totally automated. With our clients and our coaches, we have a coaching team and different coaches responsible for different things. So each week when it's like Tech Thursday, our tech coach has a message that goes up in our client room automatically that says, hey, it's Tech Thursday, what are your tech questions? Same thing happens on Wednesday when we're doing marketing. We have reminders that go out, reminders to fill in their weekly progress update. All of the reminder type stuff is automated. So that way myself and my coaches can spend our time not remembering what to post, but actually coaching. It's so awesome. I absolutely love that part of it. And then during the sales process, depending on what part they're at in the sales process, there are different automations that are built in. So if somebody is, for example, somebody who has just scheduled an appointment with us, well, guess what? They're gonna get a video from me. And that process is automated to let us know that we need to send that video. When they move into pending, which means that they're thinking, yeah, I think I wanna do this, but I'm just trying to make that final decision. Well, they're gonna get an automated process that will begin that is going to give them client referrals and recommendations so that they feel good about saying yes. So your whole business has potential to use automation to support it and being able to do a better job.
Wow,
Those are some of my examples, but let me just give you some general things that you could automate and I think you should consider. Number one is onboarding a new client. If you need to get information for them or you need to get information to them, that can almost always be automated. Number two, onboarding of new team members. When somebody comes in and they're new, they need to go through certain processes. You could automate that. Number three is one of the ones that I do is nurturing within each stage of the sales process. Definitely the client experience. There's so much that you can do there to automate, like congratulating them when they have a win or celebrating birthdays, celebrating anniversaries or benchmarks. There's a lot of things you can do there to make a really cool client experience. You can even do things like automating sending them brownies just cause. You can also automate asking for referrals. You can automate asking for reviews. There truly is room for automation in just about every area of your business. But here's the one thing that I don't want you to try to automate your entire business because you're afraid of interfacing with people. It's not going to create an awesome experience, and you're not going to get the results that you could if you would just really plug in, love on your clients, love on your prospects, and build for them the experience that you would love to have for yourself. Now, I told you that I would share with you the tool that I am currently really loving right now for automation, and it is Systems with Strategy. I have been using automation in my marketing, and I have been using automation in my sales, but this program is allowing me to bring under one roof the automation for my marketing, for my sales, and also for my client fulfillment. That is definitely something that I was missing. And I felt like it was getting to be heavy lifting, taking care of all of our clients as our client base grows. So I'm digging this. It's got some of the coolest automation features that I've built. I'll send my wish list in to their customer support and say, now I don't know if it's possible, but in my dream world, I would do all of these. And they're like, oh yeah, that's super easy. And then they can point me towards the resources in order for me to go and build those things. So that is something that I would recommend checking out. And price-wise, it's pretty reasonably priced. I'm actually spending less than I was with my last system. If you're digging this content, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you can get notified every time we release new content. And if you're liking the wisdom that we're dropping, go ahead and hit the like button. So if you are excited about automation, you have to look at your processes first, because if you're trying to automate processes where there's already a hole in it, it's not going to work the way that you want it to. If you want some help reviewing your sales and your marketing processes, I encourage you to go take our Sales and Marketing GPS. You can fill out an assessment and we will send you back a customized 8-page improvement plan that's going to help you really build that foundation for what types of processes you need. And that's really going to help give you the starting point for your processes for sales and marketing. And then you can take that and off of that, build out some of your automation wish list.
Congratulations.
Okay, so we've talked about automation. The next video that I want you to go watch is how to create consistent 10K months, because you want them. It's like a baseline in business, and I can't wait to see you over there.